welcome to our first English podcast. We believe that fun is a part of learning. With your host, Syakki Khatami from Telkom University in Bandung, and I'm here with four of my friends, where we are going to talk about our hobbies, interests, and talents. When you want to make a podcast that is fun and interesting, you should do it in a certain way. How? Find out in today's podcast. Now, it's time to welcome our guests. There's Hilmy, Hafizh, Laili Halimah, Lutfi Hidayat, and Zaki. And they're from the same faculty as I am, which is the Faculty of Industry and Creative. Hi guys, thank you for joining me in today's podcast.
Hi Zaki, thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
So, how are you guys? How was college?
Good, I'm good.
I'm feeling great actually.
I'm good, man. And for college, God, there are a lot of assignments this week.
Yeah, there are a lot of assignments this week. It's mind-blowing. But anyway, I'm good. Thanks for asking.
Well, I'm really thankful for you guys to be here. I'm amazed that with all the tasks in hand, you still can manage to be here in this podcast. As to all of the listeners out there, you guys know that today's topic is about hobby, interests, and talents. And honestly, I think this is the best way to get to know each other, right?
Right. I agree because we're still new at Telkom University and we don't know each other that much.
Yeah, also, since we are in the same class, I think it's gonna be very, very awkward if we don't know each other.
Before we jump into our topic, how about all of you introduce yourself to the listeners out there?
Okay, I guess me first then. Alright, my name is Khairy, but you guys can call me Hafizh with a P. I am from Bekasi, and I think that's all. Thank you.
Hello, my
Okay.
name...
Hello,
Oh,
Hafizh. And how about you? Yeah, Zaki? Is it Zaki or Lutfi?
I'm Lutfi. Hello?
My name is Zaki.
Oh, Zaki. Yeah.
Is that right?
Who was that before? Is it Lutfi or Zaki, the one who introduced himself?
Okay, my name is Zaki. I'm from Tasikmalaya.
Okay. And who else?
Okay, me?
Laili or Lutfi? Who wants to go first?
Me?
Mm,
Hello?
okay,
My
go on.
name... Yeah. Hello, my name is Lutfi Hidayat. You can call me Lutfi. I'm from Sukabumi. Thank you.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm Laili Halimah. You can call me Laili or Lily, that's fine. I'm from Lombok. It's nice to be here.
Okay. All right now that you guys already introduced yourself, how about we jump into the topic right away? Because I'm really curious about your talents, hobbies, and interests. So, what's your hobby and why do you choose that hobby? Let's start with Zaki.
Okay, I love reading Do You Know? Like riding a motorcycle because it makes me happy, and also I get to make a lot of friends.
That must be really fun to get to know someone that shares the same interests like you do.
Yeah, it is because we can make a conversation where we understand the context to it. There are a lot of conversation where we don't understand the thing that they are saying.
I agree. I think a lot of people feel that way because sharing the same interest is fun. Even while having a conversation, it makes things more interesting. How about you, Laili? You like writing as well?
No, I can't even ride a motorcycle actually. Well, for me, I like watching movies. It feels like I actually fell in love with every aspect in it. The cinematography, the color palettes, the messages, and what else? The soundtrack, the incredible acting, the screenplay, and the list just goes on. What I'm trying to say is I really love movies, not just by watching it, but I also want to try to make this curiosity to learn more. It's just crazy.
When this interest for that hobby?
I think since I was a kid, I always been fond of watching films. Back then, when I was a kid, I used to have a pajama party with my friends, and almost every time we ended up watching Harry Potter.
Wow, we've never been to a pajama party before, but it sounds amazing. How about you, Hilmy?
Well, I like to do many things, but I think gaming is one of my primary hobbies because it just gives me a lot of inspiration for my art.
But when did you start having this interest in games?
I don't know. Maybe since I was a kid. I mean, who doesn't want to play games?
Could agree more. All right, now, Lutfi, what's your hobby? Why did you choose that hobby, and when did you start having the interest in that particular hobby?
I like to running a business because for me starting a business can help me expand my thought and knowledge. I could learn how to communicate well, and it can help me control my ego. I started to have an interest in that hobby when in high school.
I could see the resemblance between Hilmy and Laili's hobbies and Lutfi's and Zaki's hobbies. Movie and games, two of those things could be inspiration for art because we're all art majors, right? And also both of them are art, and we could create them through the help of technology. Writing and business, they involve communicating, interacting with one another, persuading for the other to share the same interests. And if we combine it all together, it forms into resemblance, like a profession. Do you agree? How about the listener out there? Do you agree as well?
Well, I agree. That makes sense because in 2020, everything is all about profession.
That's true. We can make money out of everything. We only need an interesting idea to do it.
Yeah, definitely an idea. That's the goal for all professions.
I do.
Me too.
It's amazing, guys. You get to tell all of the listeners out there about your hobbies, but how about your talent? What is your talent?
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. So the question is, what is your talent? Or what are your talents?
What is your talent? You just need to explain one of your talents that you're really proud of.
Oh, okay. The one that I really proud of? I think I can draw.
Wait, is drawing a talent? I thought drawing is a skill.
Well, I think it is a talent. Everybody could draw, but that doesn't mean that they could draw well, because it is desire, precision, a steady hand, and a good eye, among others.
I guess you're right, because I have a friend who keeps drawing, but it's not really good. So you made an excellent point there about drawing is a talent, not a skill. Where do you get the talent from?
I don't know. I think it's from myself.
Well, you know what they say, talent is God's gift. How about you, Laili? What's your talent?
Yeah. Well, I think my talent is singing, even though I'm not as good as other people.
You could sing? That's amazing. Maybe you could sing in this podcast so that all of us could, and the listeners out there could listen to your voice. I bet you have a beautiful voice.
I don't know if I should sing or not.
Oh, come on. Just sing the ref. It doesn't need to be the whole song so that the listeners out there can hear your singing abilities.
Well, too bad. I actually have cough these days, so I guess not.
Wow, that's shame. Yeah, hopefully we can hear Laili sing one day.
Okay.
And also, why do you think that singing is a talent?
I think that not all people can perfectly sing. I'm not saying that for for the listeners out there who couldn't sing has a bad voice, but what I'm trying to say is that the tone, the contrast in everybody's voice is different. Like, some has a good voice, but can't really sing. Meanwhile, some has a bad voice, but actually could sing beautifully. So, people has a difference, but likely for me, I could sing.
Where did you get that talent from?
I think it's from my mom, because she used to be a singer.
Wow, she's a singer. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, the explanation about your talent is very good.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
How about two of you guys? What's your talent, and why do you think that is a talent? Who wants to go first, Lutfi or Zaki?
I'll go first. You want to go first, dude?
No, I am. Alright, you go first.
Okay, thanks, dude. When I was at junior high school, I began to learn how to operate software, and I'm really good at it. With a few practice, I already mastered it. I think that is half a skill and talent because I'm just really natural, man. It's not just one software that I mastered. There are a few.
If you could tell the listeners what kind of software that you are good at.
Yeah, it's like Premiere Pro, Sony Vegas, and other more.
I bet there are a lot of listeners out there who respect digital software and editing like you do. Where do you get the talent from?
Well, the only thing I could say is it's a gift, and I'm really grateful for it.
Alright, thank you for sharing about your talent. Now, it's your turn, Zaki. Same question as Lutfi's.
Okay. My talent is in photography and drawing. To be honest, I discovered those talents since I was still at elementary school, and I think my talent can make a lot of money, and also my talent can fulfill their needs.
Where do you get that talent from?
I got the talent from my dad.
Well, mainly, all of your talent involve art, like photography, software editing, instrument playing, singing. Those are art with some minor differences, but still part of art. No wonder you guys are a student of industry and creative. This is amazing. What's weird is even though we share differences, a different interest, I could sense the similarities. Maybe you could make a big project sometimes.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, hopefully.
Alright, I think that's it, guys.
Wait a minute, Sherlock. I think you haven't told us any of your hobby and talent yet.
But I'm the host. Shouldn't be the host as the one who asks all of the questions?
But still, you should tell us your hobby and talent so that the listeners can know a little bit about yourself.
Okay. My hobbies is playing games. I love to play games because it could help me ease my stress and also improve my creativity. And as for my talent, I can do a different voice. I could do Japanese voice and also a monster voice.
Wow, that's very interesting. See, that wasn't so hard.
That's
Well,
cool, actually.
Well, what? Well, I think that's it for today's podcast. Thank you for being here. And also thank you to all the listeners out there that has been listening to this podcast. But before we go, please show some love and support this podcast by giving us a good review. And don't forget to like. I'm your host, Syakki Khatami, and hope to see you again with another podcast.
Yay! Goodbye.
Bye-bye. See you. See you again, guys.
Yeah.
Beres.
Thank you.